So here's a hilarious story. I mean, it's also happens to be criminal, but it's also pretty funny. This is from The Hill. Trump exaggerated his net worth by over $2 billion to get loans from Deutsche Bank, however they say it. I don't know. When Trump was trying to get a loan from the bank to build a skyscraper in Chicago, he reportedly said his net worth was $3 billion. The bank, however, reportedly concluded that he was worth about $788 million. But the bank still agreed in 2005, to lend Trump more than $500 million for the project, a decision that was made after Trump used flights on his private plane in an attempt to woo the bankers, according to the Times. Years later, in 2010, Trump again turned to Deutsche Bank for a loan as he attempted to buy the Doral Resort and Spa for $100 million. The bank again reportedly determined that Trump was exaggerating his wealth, this time concluding that he had overvalued some of his real estate assets by up to 70%. Nonetheless, the bank approved both the loan and another loan of $48 million for the same Chicago skyscraper he had secured a loan for in 2005. Okay, so again, I want to be clear. If you go to the bank and you say, let me get a loan, and they're like, okay, well, we need facts about your financial history in order to determine this and make a decision. And Trump is like, I'm worth $3 billion. Tremendous. Unbelievable. I have to tell you. And they're like, wait, we just looked through everything and it turns out you're only worth $780 million or whatever it is, $788. What he did was illegal. You can't, that's bank fraud. You can't be like, hey, this is the reality of my financial situation. Let me get a loan. And it's not the reality of your financial situation because you're lying. You're committing fraud. And you're trying to get a loan on false pretenses. Now, this is such a good story to show that there's different criminal justice systems. There's the criminal justice system for poor people, and there's a criminal justice system for rich people. And there's also a criminal justice system. What does Bernie say? He says something like the injustice within the injustice is that there's a class divide, and then even within the class divide, there's a race divide. It's certainly when it comes to the drug war. But here you have a rich dude who's just lying. I don't know, I'm worth $3 billion. Give me money. Shut the fuck up. Just give me some money. And they did it. But the thing is, guys, and this also busts up the myth of like, well, what do you mean? These bankers are like the smartest people in the room. This is what they told us, especially at the during the 2008 financial crisis. Oh, it's they're the smartest guys in the room. So what do you mean? They wear suits and ties and they make decisions and they're really smart guys. Donald fucking Trump overvalued his assets by 70%, which is hilarious, by the way. And he still was able to get the loan. Why? Not because they were like, we'll give him a pass, lying to us and being terrible at business because he went bankrupt 6 times. No, because he schmoozed them and he put them on his private plane and he probably took them to Mar-a-Lago and said, hey, you want membership at this expensive, exclusive club so you can make other business connections? Fine, you get free membership, but do I get that loan? So this is such a clear example of like the good old boys network. Rich old white dude lying about his net worth still gets the loan because he schmoozed the bankers and he did a corrupt deal. So this is probably illegal in a variety of ways, but will he get away with it? Well, that actually might be different because now he's become president of the United States. And since he's president of the United States, it's all under a microscope. And now you got the Mueller investigation. And listen, I've made this prediction. I'll make the prediction again for you. The day Donald Trump is no longer president, he'll be making that face because he will be indicted on a number of crimes. I guarantee you. He's going to be indicted on a number of crimes, fraud, insurance fraud, maybe bank fraud, money laundering, a variety of financial crimes he's going to go down on. He's going to be indicted for the day he is no longer president. If you think there's going to be a different conclusion, I assure you there's not. Now, he's not going to go down on the thing that the Democrats are, hard over. Oh, yeah, Russian collusion and treason. That's what's going to happen. They're going to get him on treason. Working with Vladimir Putin. They're not going to get him on that. They are going to get him when he's no longer president. So this won't be an impeachment deal. They're going to get him for criminal activity when he's no longer president. So it's almost like he has to remain president in order to stay immune to this, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, it's actually, if it wasn't so disastrous for the entire world and the country, it would be like a comedy routine. Like it's a comedy show. Like, this fucking idiot bumbled his way into the presidency, and now he can't not be president or else he's going to go to prison. So ridiculous. And by the way, the number in this story backs up previous stories that we've covered on Trump's wealth. One person said it was like 130 million is the low number, highest is 1 billion. So he's always overvalued, but it's somewhere in that range. And apparently, Deutsche Bank says it's 788 million, which I would trust their numbers on that. So he does overvalue his wealth, but he's still amazingly wealthy because Daddy gave him a lot of money.